Motorsports 360 back in your life, ladies and gentlemen. As you see on the camera, that is actually behind that brick wall full of Legos is actually one of our panelists' predictions
I forgot I
for
was
later
racing.
today with the diecast. But anyway, forget about that. We'll talk about later on in this show. Today is September 20th, 2016. Like I said, it's
Oh my
Beast Boy 2 here. I hope you all please be quiet while I'm doing the introduction. But anyway, we got a good show for you guys tonight. I would talk about my day, but it's just been busy so far, so I will not talk about it. But we're gonna meet the panelists. So we're gonna start from left to right. We've got Tristan Allen.
Please stop choosing the same people in Heat Evolution lobbies. Like we need to have we need to have variety, not the same people.
All right, Nathan.
Hi. I have money.
And finally, our stats guy and the king of predictions, Mike Wazowski.
How's it going, guys? My camera is
Yep,
messed
and
up.
he's gonna have he'll have his diecast for our featured pick of the race that will happen in a little bit.
I gotta go.
But
get
anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I gotta go get the diecast. I forgot.
All right, you go get that right now. I'm gonna talk to these people right now about the recaps. Let's get things started here. The first race we're gonna recap is the Cup Series race at Chicagoland. The first race in the chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup, and boy, it did not disappoint, ladies and gentlemen. We start things off here on lap number 52, or I believe was it 52 or crap? What was it? What lap was it? All right, I got it. Lap 49, a caution comes out due to a loose tire on pit road. However, though, drivers on pit road, for example, were Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson, while there was another driver such as Martin Truex Jr. who was still on the track. But once the caution came out, Johnson was ahead of Harvick, so that gave Johnson the race lead, and Truex was still a lap down. Fast forward to the next caution that happens. Brian Scott, ladies and gentlemen, who's not surprised by that?
No surprise.
I'm actually surprised by that, actually. And trying to find which caution it was.
That was the second caution of the day when he spun going into pit road.
Mhm.
That was it? It was that
Yep.
one?
Second caution.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. And then Truex got the free pass of the race. But then lap 197, nope, no, not lap 197. I'm sorry about that. Lap 178, Chase Elliott takes the race lead from Jimmy Johnson, and we thought he was gonna get this win, but then we had pit stops happening with about 20 laps to go to 21. Final green flag stops of the day. But Jimmy Johnson, the most dominant driver in that race today, caught for speeding on pit road. If you did not watch NASCAR Race Hub earlier today on Radioactive, you could hear he was on. What the heck? What the heck was that sound just made?
I feel like Johnson was the best in the beginning, but then it started to swing towards his teammate.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Yeah, he got penalized.
Being honest, that's great signs for Hendrick.
Mm-hmm. He got penalized, and Chase Elliott sounded like he had that win in the bag. But then 5 laps to go, the caution flag came out. Michael McDowell lost a right front tire, and we all could not believe it. And then we had pit stops, and guess what? Chase Elliott won the race off pit road. That put why did I just say that? Martin Truex Jr. won the race off pit road. Chase Elliott went back to second.
That put Chase Elliott in front of Chase Elliott coming off pit road.
Yep. 3 drivers stayed out on that restart: Ryan Blaney, Casey Kane, and Carl Edwards. But then when we went to the overtime line, Truex had passed Blaney at the overtime line, and Martin Truex Jr. got his 3rd win of the season. The top 5 were Truex, Logano, Elliott, Blaney. That was actually 4 lap by lap. What the heck are you doing here? But let's get your top 10 in this race. 5th, Brad Keselowski. 6th, Denny Hamlin. 7th, Casey Kane. 8th, Kyle Busch. 9th, Matt Kenseth. And Alex Bowman finished 10th. That is his best finish in the Sprint Cup Series. I believe that deserves a round of applause.
But I'm just gonna say this: that top 10 should not be his first. He should have had like one or possibly a second by now with the other races he's ran.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the other chasers that other chasers: Jamie McMurray 11th, Jimmy Johnson 12th, Kurt Busch 13th, Austin Dillon 14th, Carl Edwards 15th. That's pretty shocking.
3rd to 15th.
Tony Stewart 16th, Kyle Larson 18th, Kevin Harvick 20th, Chris Buescher 28th, the worst chaser in that race. So anyway, as we look at the chase we're going into this can all change on Wednesday though, as we will talk about that in a little bit. But right now it looks like on our chase lineup, it's got Truex, Keselowski, Busch, Hamlin, Logano. Oh wait, that's not the right lineup. Oh wait, it is. Busch, Hamlin, Logano, Elliott, Kenseth, Johnson, Edwards, Busch, McMurray, Stewart, Dillon, Harvick, Larson, and Buescher. And so anyway, now that we've talked about the Cup race, let's talk about the Xfinity Series. No, we're not going to talk about the Xfinity Series race. Until we talk about the final IndyCar race of the season, we have to put that before the Xfinity Series race because it was the championship race at Sonoma, the Gold Pro Grand Prix. 2 drivers battling it out for the championship, Will Power and Simon Pagenaud. However, though, in the middle of the race, Will Power had gearbox issues, took him out of contention, and as a result, Simon Pagenaud won the race and the championship, his first ever championship. Big congratulations to Pagenaud for that. The top 10 were Ray Hall 2nd, Graham Rahal 2nd, Juan Montoya 3rd, Ryan Hunter-Reay 4th, Alexander Rossi 5th. That's his best finish since the Indianapolis 500, which he won. Joseph Newgarden 6th, Elio Castroneves 7th, Marco Andretti 8th, Charlie Kimbo 9th, Sebastian Bourdais 10th, and Will Power actually finished in 20th. And only one caution of the race, and that was because of the 12 car. But anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about IndyCar in a little bit. But now we are going to move on to the Xfinity Series race. So, as we load up our race rundown here, it was a battle for the win between Eric Jones and Kyle Larson, and Elliott Sadler as well, if you count him.
Well, however, the whole entire race was dominated by Kyle Busch.
However, yeah, he led 154 of the 200 laps. But he led with 18 to go, and he cut a tire. What a shame for him, unless you are one of those guys that hate Signal Pirates.
Which are about, 90% of NASCAR fans? I don't know.
Yeah. Kyle Busch finished 12th in that race. And anyway, so, top 10 were Eric Jones 1, Kyle Larson 2nd, Elliott Sadler 3rd. And I should mention the battle between Eric Jones and Elliott Sadler.
About, people.
We're not talking about that now, Tristan. Turn that off. Anyway, I should mention this. Eric Jones and Elliott Sadler, their battle early on was actually to determine who would be the number 1 seed in the chase, because if Sadler won, he and Jones would be tied for the most wins. But however, though, Sadler has more points than Eric Jones, so Eric Jones won down that number 1 seed. Then Daniel Suarez 4th, Justin Allgaier 5th, Clint Bowyer 6th, Joey Logano 7th, Brendan Gaughan 8th, Paul Menard 9th, and Brandon Jones 10th. As we look at the other notable race results here, it actually says Kyle Busch finished 13th. My mistake. Ryan Sieg actually finished 12th. JJ Haley 14th, Blake Cook 15th, Jeremy Clement 16th, Ryan Preece 17th. Man, a lot of pretty good drivers doing pretty good here. David Starr 18th, Garrett Smithley 19th. Wait a second, does that say Martin Ra in 23rd? Wow.
Hey,
yeah?
I'll be right back. I'm going to see if I can fix my face cam. I'll be back in like a minute.
Alright, that's fine.
I'm timing it.
Okay. And anyway, now we've talked about that, let's just talk about the that one race that also happened that had
You know
that.
that one race.
Yeah, that crash that had Ben Kennedy hit hurt. I should mention this, by the way. He actually has a bruised left. I believe it was a bruised left hand following that. If Tristan can confirm that for me, because he's a J-ski guy.
I think he's still waiting for it was like a bruise. It was just a bruise, and there hasn't been anything more. But he says he was going in for scanning. I think either today or yesterday.
All right. Anyway, Daniel Hemrick finished second, Cameron Haley third, Christopher Bell fourth, Johnny Sauter fifth, Spencer Gallagher sixth, Grant Enfinger seventh, Timothy Peters eighth, Tyler Reddick ninth, and Cole Custer rounded out the top 10. There was actually the 14-minute red flag because of the Ben Kennedy crash. It actually did damage to the safer barrier, which I was kind of shocked about.
I saw rain then, so I thought that race was over, and Kyle Busch had that in the bag.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say here. I'm just trying to load up the race report here. Okay, let's see. Other notable race results here. Matt Tifton, his first race back, finished 12th. Josh Berry, in his Truck Series debut, finished 13th. And
But wait, that wasn't with Junior Motorsports.
Yeah, true. That was with Contreras with Motorsports. And we also should mention that William Byron did finish 30th in that race because he had cut a tire on lap number 40, it says on here.
And wasn't there one something? He caught it again to cause another caution.
I don't know. I didn't really watch much of that truck race because I was editing out the I was beginning to edit out the F1 2016 video that I had with the funny rivalry.
Yeah, the thing is, I watched it, I just don't remember what lap it was, but he did cut down that tire again after going out the first time and repairing it.
Ah, okay, gotcha. Anyway, let's get on to our next race here. It's gonna be ARCA. The ARCA series at Chicagoland. I actually did not watch this because this was on a Thursday, right?
I didn't watch it either.
Yeah, it was on a Thursday. I was busy. I was actually announcing at a high school football game. But Chase Briscoe, my goodness, 7 seconds in front of John West Townley, gained his 5th ARCA series win.
Someone signed that kid to a contract.
Yeah, someone signed him to the. Wait, how old is Chase Briscoe, by the way?
I have no idea. I don't follow ARCA.
Okay. Let me find.
I only follow ARCA at Daytona and Talladega.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. But anyway, let's look at the top. Let's look at the top 10 here. Chase Briscoe had won. John West Townley second. Christopher Bell third. Kyle Weatherman fourth. Dalton Sargent fifth. Austin Cindric sixth. Travis Braden, whoever he is, seventh. Ty Majeski eighth. Brent Sherman ninth. And Tom Hessert ran out the top 10.
Can you give me a little thing? What number was Weatherman driving?
What number was Weatherman? The 10.
Okay, because I heard that Lyra went out of business earlier this summer, and I just found out about it, so it honestly surprised me. So I
actually just found out about it as well. But anyway, one more race recap, actually. I can't believe it. We're 13 minutes into the show, and we haven't even finished the race recaps yet. Don't worry, this is our last one. But anyway,
is it?
It is. I can't believe I'm talking about this, but Formula 1 at Singapore, we're just going to talk about those final laps. Daniel Ricciardo was coming. If he had one more lap, he would have gotten that win, but Nico Rosberg just held him off. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of what to say here, but Rosberg just held him off. I believe
Hashtag put F1 back to V6s back when Mercedes were horrible.
That's a really long hashtag.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. That is a really long hashtag.
Hashtag if you're quoting this hashtag, you have spent half a minute wasting your time quoting this stupid hashtag.
Okay.
Make hashtag shorter.
That's all good. Let's move on to the headlines. Why am I saying? I'm sorry, guys. I apologize about my analysis. Just like I said, it's been a busy day for me today.
We have 7 people watching.
Yay!
Yep. But anyway, the big news coming out of Chicagoland. Martin Truex Jr., the race winner, and Jimmy Johnson failed post-race inspection. That's what's laser inspection. With the lowest levels, Truex will be able to use his window to advance to the second round of the chase. Like, how off was that car short of by?
I thought it was like .01 or something, or like .12, something.
Like .10, yeah, it's like .10, 110 or whatever. I don't remember what it was, but it was really, really close.
All right, yeah. Anyway, Jimmy Johnson actually faces a potential 10-point penalty. Could drop him from 8th to a three-way tie for 12th in the standings with Austin Dillon and Kevin Harvick. Chad Canals also faces a potential $15,000 fine. Truex faces a 15-point penalty. Cole Pearn faces a $22,500 fine. But because this is the second such violation in 2 weeks, the 78 team gets their penalties increased by 50%. There is a statement from Furniture Row Racing. I'm going to read it now. Beginning the quote, the right rear of our car was well within the tolerance margin, which showed that we were trying to be conservative. However, the left rear wheel alignment was off by approximately 0.010 of an inch, which in high probability was due to the damage in that area as a result of being hit by the number 4 car. We believe the laser inspection numbers were correct and accept NASCAR's decision that was made following Sunday's Sprint Cup Series race at Chicagoland Speedway. End quote there.
Okay, have they announced any penalties possibly affecting Kyle Busch?
No, actually.
Because
I can't talk about that right now, by the way, if you would like me to. But yeah, Kyle Busch's car, the rear end was too low.
No, I'm talking about his truck.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
His truck.
That was his truck.
You said car,
Yeah.
so I was like, wait, what? This is news.
Oh. But anyway, NASCAR did not announce any technical issues after the race, but confirmed the field inspection Saturday morning. The penalties should be announced tomorrow. Anyway, moving on for that. Big news coming out today. You might remember her, Patricia Driscoll. She is actually the former girlfriend of NASCAR driver Kurt Busch. Has been charged.
Daytona 500 last year.
Yeah, has been charged with stealing from a military charity that she led. Court documents don't say how much prosecutors believe Mrs. Driscoll took from the District of Columbia-based Armed Forces Foundation, whose mission is to support service members, veterans, and their families. But a 2014 tax return for the nonprofit says that the foundation has become aware of suspected misappropriations by Driscoll, totaling more than $599,000 for the years 2006 to 2014. It says she misused monies for meals, travel, parking tickets, makeup, and gifts. Driscoll was indicted on 2 counts of each of wire fraud, mail fraud, and tax evasion, and 1 count of attempts to interfere with administration of internal revenue laws.
That is not okay. That's not an okay thing to do.
Stealing from the military. There are special places in hell for people like her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, another big story that came out today. A Georgia man has filed a $500 million race discrimination lawsuit against NASCAR and its teams, claiming his attempts to make NASCAR more racially diverse were rebuffed by the sanctioning body. Terrence Cox III, who operated Diversity Motorsports Racing and who founded a group to protest what it views as injustices of NASCAR by sponsors and team owners toward the minority community, filed a lawsuit Friday in U.S. District Court in New York. Cox claims that NASCAR, racetrack operator International Speedway Corporation, and its race teams have not made any efforts to have corporate sponsors support an African-American team. In a statement, NASCAR defended its Strive for Diversity program, which has been in place since 2004, and said it will fight the lawsuit. Beginning, quote, NASCAR embraces all individuals interested and involved in our sport, whether as partners, fans, competitors, or employees, and there is no merit to this lawsuit. NASCAR has a long-standing history of investing in diversity efforts, including the NASCAR Drive for Diversity, NASCAR Diversity Internship, and NASCAR Diversity Pit Crew Development programs. We stand behind our actions and will not let a publicity-seeking legal reaction deter us from our mission. NASCAR will not only defend our organization against these meritless allegations, but we will be asserting our own claims against Mr. Cox for his defamatory actions. End quote there.
So NASCAR racist. That's nice.
Yep.
We're just like the rest of the world. Hooray!
Yep. Some silly season news coming out from Richard Childress Racing, or kind of the Menards. Actually, 2 stories. First one in Cup.
3.
Cup. Oh yeah, 3. True. Paul Menard is pretty close to announcing a new deal with RCR.
It's all from RCR. 3 RCR stories. Okay.
Yeah.
I get a new deal.
Well, they're pretty close to an extension. And speaking of Menards, there's actually a sponsorship update on Menards when it comes to the IndyCar series. Roger Penske has Menards sign on for 10 races with Simon Pagenaud to drive those bright yellow colors of their home improvement store. But yeah, anyway, we'll talk about more about RCR later in discussion time. Next story, it came out of qualifying after the Xfinity series at Chicagoland. Daniel Hemrick will be driving for Richard Childress Racing in the Xfinity Series in 2017. Unknown what number he will be driving. But it may be the 2, but we'll see what these guys think about it. And actually, Tristan was right. 3 stories. Brandon Jones will be returning to RCR on the 33 in the Xfinity Series in 2017.
So
but
we just covered 2 Menard stories.
Yep. But the bigger story coming out of Stewart-Haas Racing, Cole Custer will be driving for Stewart-Haas Racing in the Xfinity Series in 17. Who called it? Who called it on their first episode?
I said it, so.
No, you said Nick Drake and John Hunter Nemechek. I called it.
I said Tyler Reddick, so I was way off.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah.
That was before I was the king of predictions, so you can't count it against me.
Yeah. Anyway, that does it for the headlines. Let's get on to everybody's favorite segment here on Motorsports 360 discussion time, where we get the fans along on the show. So let's start off with the first question for you guys. How do you guys think NASCAR will penalize Truex and Johnson? And do you guys think that Truex should be stripped of the automatic chase berth? We'll start off this time with Tristan.
I don't think he should be stripped of it. If it's honestly how small it is, and say it is, he shouldn't be stripped of it. Like if it was a lot bigger, then yes, he should be. But honestly, they both get 10-point penalties, and well, even though Truex has his win, it's gonna affect Johnson more with the 10-point penalty because he still has to fight for his chase spot, and right now he is out of it, and now he's in it, but it's a 3-way tie. So
yeah, Nathan.
Yeah, I don't think Truex deserves to get his win taken away because it was, like Tristan said, very small of a infraction, and it was caused by like on track contact. So it wasn't like it was they were trying to cheat or anything, and they had it in line before the race. So there shouldn't be any big penalty to him, but to Johnson, that really sucks for that team because they were doing so well in that race, and then they ended up 12th, and then plus like 10 points taken off for the penalty. That's really going to be tough moving forward for that team.
All right, finally, Michael.
Does Truex deserve to lose his win? No, absolutely not. He got it on that final restart. He got it fair and square. And like we've all been saying, that contact was made with Kevin Harvick. That's how the damage got on there, and that's why he didn't pass. I bet. I agree with them on that.
Yeah, I agree with all of you guys too on this one.
With Jimmy Johnson, yeah, he's screwed. NASCAR made this chase so that Johnson wouldn't win the championship anymore. They've done a pretty good job of that. Now they found a way to really keep him out of it. They're probably going to give him their whole 50-point crew chief suspended for 3 races and $500,000 fine and all that. They're going to drop the hammer hard on him.
That'd be a P6 penalty, but we don't expect that to happen.
I do.
It's a Chevy. It's a Chevy.
Yeah. Anyway, next question here. Qualifying was actually rained out for the Cup race in Chicagoland, and they actually had all 16 chasers start in the top 16. So this is a good question for you guys. Should NASCAR have all chasers start up front? Nathan, start off with you.
Yeah, I said this to my brother after qualifying got rained out, but I was like, they make a big deal out of like the seeds and everything at the end of the regular season, but it doesn't mean anything unless qualifying gets rained out for the first race. So, but I think throughout the whole chase, or maybe just the first round, but at least the first round should be in the order of the seeds from the regular season, and the same with the pit stall selection to make it actually mean like at least a little bit, have a little bit of meaning to it.
Okay, Michael.
You know, it's funny that you bring this up because my friend came over to my house on Sunday and we were watching the race. And I think he mentioned to me when they were going through the starting lineup that I think he said there's only been 8 or 9 different pole winners this year. So, I mean, that would probably be the same thing with the chase. I don't think that would change any. So I think that they should keep it, that they should determine qualifying by where you're seated in the chase and what you did in the last race and what seed you're in now. I think that would give everyone a pretty fair chance. Plus, if there was an early caution strategy, and that really shakes everything up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Finally, Tristan.
Yeah, they should be. Let them stay in the top 12. I mean, in 16. And well, if the 4 drivers get eliminated, they don't get the auto start up in the top 16. They have to qualify like the rest. Then it would go to top 12, top 8, and then the top 4. Like, they'll have like their own like chase qualifying thing. So it's not based off of points for like the final round. But all the other rounds will be based off of points. But once they get to the chase, they'll have like their own like chase qualifying round to see which 4 starts, how the order starts.
All right. Yeah, I like what you guys are saying. I actually do believe what I believe what should happen is, just have first off, just have all the non-chasers just qualify out, see who gets positions 17 through 40. Then just have the top 16 go out and decide who gets positions 1 through 16. I believe it would make qualifying a whole lot faster and a whole lot easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, one more thing I want to add. I really don't think qualifying has a purpose anymore. You know, they're always talking about, qualifying is important because you got to get track position. Well, that's really only at tracks like Indianapolis is the first one that comes to mind. But it still wouldn't matter because you can still get wrecked on lap 1 as the leader and wreck the entire field. I mean, we saw that on the restart with Edwards and Keselowski and whoever else was involved. I don't remember.
And also at Richmond, by the way, in the Xfinity Series on the final laps.
Yep. So, I mean, honestly, I don't think qualifying has any purpose anymore. I don't.
Yeah,
Well-
there aren't any front row Joes to like come out of nowhere with their small team and get on pole anymore.
Well, then let me ask you guys this.
Huh?
Let me ask you guys this. What if NASCAR did a format where we didn't have any qualifying? We have something similar to like the Bud's Shootout Selection Show. You just get your starting position by random. Then
Oh,
No,
if you like,
that was fun. That was
how about
fun.
we
I
just
love
do?
that.
How about we just do it like the Gatorade duels? Have them race the cars.
No, because they tried to do that with group qualifying in Daytona and Talladega, and then there was wrecks, and it was a mess. But
Yeah.
I like what you were saying about the Bud Shootout format. I used to always watch that when I was a little kid, and I'd be sitting in my hotel room waiting for the shootout to start that night. And, I'd be watching that show. I loved it. It was a lot of fun. And that's
let me
where
guess, you weren't allowed to go there because you were under 21.
No, we just traveled there on Friday night, and that's when they did the picks.
Okay, and honestly, I should say this one thing, something which they should bring back. I vote they should bring back like the pit crew challenge on All-Star Week.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the challenge, that was fun.
Definitely.
I always watched that when I was out.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jimmy won it that year, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I like what Cody is saying here. Randomize the lineup like I know 2003.
Oh my god, Josh Wise starts on the pole here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he wins. And then he wins.
No, that would be with the
Instead of
24.
randomizing
That would be
the
with the
order that go out for
2015
qualifying,
NASCAR setup.
Instead of randomizing the order that go out for qualifying, how about just randomize qualifying?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on here. So anyway, Chase Elliott, he's been had a lot of bad luck in his rookie season. So, is Chase Elliott's rookie season, is this similar to Kyle Larson's rookie season where he was just so close to getting that first win, just yet so little? Michael, start off with you.
There are a lot of similarities with it, but it's not exactly the same. I mean, I think Chase Elliott has been a little bit more dominant. He's led laps. He's sat on the pole. I don't think Larson really did that. I mean, he was up front and contending for wins, but it wasn't really until later in the season that he was starting to lead a lot of laps and looked like he could actually be the one to dominate and win, unlike stealing the show like he was in the beginning of the season. So, yes, they have their similarities between their rookie seasons, but I think there are more differences.
Tristan.
I agree with him. Like, Larson was not as dominant, even though the start of the season was kind of the same. They didn't really do much, and Elliott ended up breaking out most of the first few races. So Larson did do better there, but Chase Elliott just been way more dominant than the rest.
Yeah, Elliott has
And
been really
Larson.
dominant, and he's wrecked a lot. That's another difference. He's wrecked a lot.
Yeah. All right. Finally, Nathan.
Yeah, I think they've had very similar rookie seasons up to this point for Elliott so far. And another thing too is that back in Larson's rookie season and Austin Dillon, they made a big deal out of those two and like who was going to win rookie of the year and everything. That was like a pretty big storyline all year. But they never really made a big deal out of Elliott and Blaney. I mean, as the season progressed, Elliott was obviously better, but in the beginning they were very close every week and they were racing together a lot. And no one never seemed to really care. It was mostly about Elliott the whole season. So that kind of surprised me that they never really talked about that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to our next question here. I should mention these next two questions actually have to do with Jimmy Johnson. The first question for you guys is, if Jimmy Johnson did not get penalized but the caution still came out, would he have won? Start off with Tristan.
I know it sounds biased, but I don't think he would have won because we saw how it played out. And even if, let's say, Truex was like third and Elliott was second, that would have still put like Johnson on the in fourth, but that would put Elliott in sixth, still on the high side, and he could have just as easily gone around 3 wide around his teammate. And who knows what would have happened? Like, we're going into the what ifs now. Like, possibly he would have. Who knows if he would have even pushed for the win? He may have just pushed Kane to the victory to give Kane his win. We don't know, but I don't think he would have ended up winning just because there are too many what ifs would happen because we don't know what would happen.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's move on to Nathan.
I don't think Johnson would have won the race, like Tristan said. There's too many like where he would have been on the restart and how all that would have played out. But Truex was definitely the best car at the end there on the last restart. But I think Johnson would have come home with like a top 5, maybe top 3, and definitely made a good point to stay out of it. But the penalty kind of ruined him.
All right, Michael.
I don't think he would have won because I think if he hadn't gotten penalized, he would have come out of pit road with the lead. But I think Chase Elliott was faster than him in that last run, and he would have caught him and passed him, which would have put him back further getting into pit road. And his pit crew hasn't been very good this season. So, I mean, he would have gotten a top 5. I definitely think he would have gotten a top 5. But Truex and Chase Elliott were too good towards the end for him to beat them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So our next question for you guys here is Jimmy Johnson a big contender now after that performance he had at Chicagoland, despite the fact he had the both penalties, I should mention, the inspection failure and the speeding penalty? Nathan.
Sorry, what was the question again?
Is Jimmy Johnson a big contender now after that performance, despite the fact of those 2 penalties, the one inspection and the one pit road speed?
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Okay. I mean, if he continues to race the way he did in that race up until the penalties, then I think he definitely is a contender, at least to move on from this round and maybe the next one too. But if he lets the penalties and the bad finish get him down, then it's going to be tough for him to move on from that. But if he can get over that, then he can definitely do well.
Okay. Michael.
Is he round 12 ready? Even if he wasn't running as good as he did at Chicagoland, I still would believe that he would be round 12 ready. He is definitely not round 8 ready. And until I see the same kind of consistency at New Hampshire and Dover, I don't think that he's going to be moving on much further than round of 12. I mean, I just need to see more. I need to see more from him. I need to see faster cars, and I just need to see more to be able to believe that he will be a contender. He's definitely opened up a lot of people's eyes, though. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, definitely. He even opened up my eyes as well. I'm like, oh boy, because Chicagoland's one of his good tracks. He just had bad luck on it. Finally, Tristan.
I think he's gonna be a contender, but I don't like how the other one said. I don't know how he's gonna do after the round of 12. Like round of 12, he'll be able to make it in. I don't know how he'll do afterwards.
All right. Okay, these next few questions I actually want to just get them by quick, so I'll just ask you guys. I'll just ask one of you guys this question, then we'll just move on to the next one. But first question is, how will Daniel Hemrick and Cole Custer do next season? We're actually gonna start off with Michael this time.
How will they do next season? Decently. I think Suarez is probably gonna Sadler, and if Allgaier are still in the 7, I feel like they're gonna be the dominant ones next season. But I feel like Hemrick and Cole Custer will be up there contending for wins. Just they won't be as consistent or as good as the other ones that I just mentioned.
Okay. Thanks for that, Nathan. Where does Ray Newman go next season? And could Richard Childress Racing field 4 cars next season with Newman? Because we're going to have Austin Dillon, Ty Dillon, likely Paul Menard. What about Newman? Where's this put him?
Well, that's interesting because, I mean, I can't see where he would fit in anywhere aside from Childress. But I think that Menard's gonna be leaving the team and going somewhere like maybe like H. Scott or somewhere where there's gonna be an open spot. But I can't see them dropping Newman after he's been a chase contender for the last few years, and Menard hasn't really done that much.
Okay. Thanks for that. Next question for Tristan. I think I know what Tristan's gonna say, but I really want his real opinion on this. But the Signal Pirates, ban them from the Xfinity Series and the Truck Series?
Yeah, I vote to ban them from both of them because honestly, this may sound biased, but because of who finished second, but they just robbed Daniel Hemrick out of his first ever career truck win last weekend.
And Cameron Haley as well. We should mention that.
Yeah, if Haley did good enough, he would have gotten his first win.
And in the chase.
Yeah, he would have been in the chase, so he definitely took a lot of chase hope and killed them pretty much. So I want to see him gone off of it. Like, even if it's like a new track, like I've changed myself about this, but even if it's a new track, just don't allow them because, in my opinion, this is gonna be the best racing when we get to Homestead, seeing the actual chasers from each individual series battle it out for the title.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with you. Next question here, going to Nathan. Nathan, 1 weekend. Wait, you have NASCAR Heat Evolution, right?
I just returned it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I never played it.
I think we know your thoughts on that.
Ask me.
Thoughts?
Thoughts on
Me or Tristan?
like, the game in general or like the multiplayer?
Anything on NASCAR Heat Evolution.
Multiplayer definitely gotten better. Still not the best it can go. It can get better. It's better than 15 and 14 because you can actually tandem at Daytona and Talladega. There's no lag bubble. But then like the career mode, like it's like an arcade game. And like I like the arcade game. Other people do not like the arcade aspect of it. They expect realism, but I like how it is. But I'm not gonna give it like full 100% best game ever. It's an improvement over the last few games, but it's nowhere near as good as they can be because Monster hasn't made a game since 2002. Give them a year or two, get back in the swing of it because I saw a report they only hired Monster back in like June. So,
Nate, what are you doing?
So
What the heck are you doing?
give them a
Nathan?
full year to work on NASCAR Heat, NASCAR Heat 2017, whatever it's going to be called, and I feel like it's going to be an amazing game next year.
All right. Do you wish that they had that cheat where you could shoot tires?
No, not the shoot tire. I want the motor. I want the motor horn so badly where you can just launch it and everything just blows up to the side. That's what I want.
Okay. Okay. And final question for Nathan: should I be voted president after the kick chat?
If the dice said so, then I would say yes.
Okay. That was a regular story. In case everyone's wondering what that's about, it's a private story. But anyway, now we
Oh.
get on to our previews. But however, though, our first two previews are very important. Get your brackets ready. We're going to first preview the Truck Series Chase Grid. We have 8 drivers: William Byron, Matt Crafton, John Hunter Nemechek, Christopher Bell, Johnny Sauter, Ben Kennedy, Daniel Hemrick, and Timothy Peters battling it out for the trophy. What do you guys got in your brackets this time? We're going to start off with Tristan.
Hey, before we start, I have one more question for Nathan. What are you doing?
I'm very I have like ADHD, pretty much. Sorry, I'm making a lot of noise.
Yeah, I was just it was
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
what Tristan was saying. All right, anyways, go ahead, Tristan.
So do you want me to do like the whole bracket, or do you want me to do?
Yes, do your whole bracket. Who do you have out after round of 8? Who do you have out after round of 6? And who do you have as the champion?
Don't. This may surprise some people, but after the round of 8, I see the 17 out. Even though, like, I joke around just like, oh, Timothy Peters can win the title. He'll win. He'll win Dega. He'll win Phoenix, and he'll win the thing. But I don't see it realistic. I think Peters is going to get eliminated in a big one at Dega. I also see as much as I'd love to see him continue, I don't really see Ben Kennedy making it past the round of 8. Next round, I see Sauter, and I see Nemechek getting eliminated. And as for the title, I see it's gonna be hard to shake off William Byron, but if he keeps doing as he's doing, I'd say Daniel Hemrick could win.
Oh, got an upset. Could he? Tristan, do you think Hemrick can win this championship with no wins?
He can get a win at Homestead since there won't be any I don't know what they call it, like I don't know what they call the bushwhacker term for the trucks.
Oh, I don't know. They don't have a term. It's just
Yeah.
it's just signal pirates still.
Satellites. Camper stealers.
What?
Camper stealers. Camper girls. Camper.
Oh!
Camper stealers.
We got it.
Camper stealers. Okay, so there won't be any camper stealers this one, so I feel like Hemrick can win the final race, but if not, he may do what Newman won't be able to do and win without winning.
I got a better name for you. Trailer Stealers.
Trailer Stealers. That sounds like a good rock band. Just put a Z on it. Trailer Stealers.
Okay, anyway, who's the champ? Oh yeah, you already said Daniel Hemrick. Sorry. Nathan, what's your bracket?
Okay, so seeing as Talladega's in the first round, I think anything could happen. So it's almost impossible to predict. But I'm gonna say Kennedy goes out, and so does Hemrick. I think wins are definitely gonna carry some guys through the chase. And then next round, I think Peters will go out, and I'm gonna say Matt Crafton goes out in a surprise. He's gonna have an issue at some point. I just see.
Oh well, yeah.
I don't know.
Last
And then
time at Phoenix, we gotta remember what happened last year.
Yeah, and then the final four that leaves Byron, Nemechek, Bell, and Sauter, and I think Byron's just too good to not win the championship unless he has a major issue at some point. So I think Byron's gonna win the championship.
All right, what does the king think?
All right, the king predicts first of all that William Byron, he is going to win at least one race in every round, which would obviously already spoil that he's my champion. But when we look at the first round, I look at Timothy Peters. You might think that I'm going to say that he's going to be eliminated, but no. I think he's going to get the win at Talladega. That's going to put him through to the next round. Now, this was really hard for me because I had Ben Kennedy definitely, no, he's gone. Christopher Bell and Daniel Hamrick. This was really, really hard for me. They've been running really, really well the past few weeks. Outside the top 3 in the last 4 races, which was enough to convince me that he'll go through to the round of 6. And then when we look at the round of 6, I don't see Johnny Sauter or Timothy Peters being able to do much in that round. I think it was an easy pick for me to eliminate them. And then, as I already said, the round 4, Byron, Crafton, Hemrick, and Nemechek. Hemrick is my surprise of the chase. He's in on consistency and fast cars or fast trucks. But like I already said, Byron, this is his championship to lose.
Alrighty, I'll tell you guys my stuff. Alright, so I see winning going into round of 6. I see Matt Crafton winning New Hampshire. He's pretty good at that track. I can't tell you who I think wins Vegas or Talladega yet. The guys I see going out in this round are Ben Kennedy and John Hunter Nemechek. For Nemechek, because I have a feeling that when we go to either New Hampshire or Las Vegas, Cole Cuss is just going to take him out.
If he does that at Vegas, that's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, true. That's why. But anyway, when we go to Martinsville, Texas, and Phoenix, Byron is good at Texas, so I'm going to put him in my championship 4. Crafton, he's good at Martinsville. I'm going to put him in my championship 4 as well. But then it comes down to Phoenix. Who do you want in that championship 4 that you think will contend for a championship? Well, here's the deal. Timothy Peters, I don't think he has it for the championship 4. He's just not ready in that championship contention yet. Daniel Hemrick, he's a maybe. Johnny Sauter, he could be. I mean, he is almost ready. But then there's also Christopher Bell. Now, Christopher Bell, he did pretty good on a flat track like Martinsville and won that. And Phoenix and won that. And he also won. Well, no, I'm sorry. He also won. He almost won at Texas. At Atlanta, which is a similar track to Texas. But then he blew a tire, which is just bad luck. So I think, after all what I just talked about, your final 4, Byron, Crafton, Sauter, and Christopher Bell. Now, you guys don't know what I've been talking about in the Cup Series. Kyle Larson, Highliner Homestead, why he's my champion. Well, here's the deal. Christopher Bell has dirt track experience. Homestead is a highline track. That's what dirt track racing is. So, Christopher Bell will be a contender in that championship 4. However, though, this is William Byron's championship to lose. He's just been too dominant all season. William Byron, your 2016 Truck Series champion, ladies and gentlemen.
If he loses this championship, this is probably going to be the biggest blow to his career, the biggest blow in the Truck Series. I don't know how he could screw it up besides getting wrecked. Or blowing a tire or something. I don't know how he could not lose, or how he could not win. My bad.
Yeah. All right, people, get your brackets ready once again, because now we're going to the Xfinity Series chase grid.
With only 10 minutes left, can we do it?
I think we can do it. So what we're just gonna do for the last few minutes, if we go over, we will go. We probably will go over, so that's fine. But anyway, we'll just do for the prediction, we'll probably just do shout it out. But because it's the chase grid, talk more about it. So we're gonna start off with our king this time. How do you have your Xfinity Series chase grid going? We've got 12 drivers. Hang on, real quick. Real quick, let me just say this. 12 drivers: Eric Jones, Elliott Sadler, Daniel Suarez, Ty Dillon, Justin Allgaier, Bubba Wallace, Brendan Gaughan, Brennan Poole, who should have won Talladega, Ryan Sieg, Ryan Reed, Brandon Jones, and Blake Cook in that round of 12. All right, King, please continue.
All right, Blake Cook and Ryan Sieg, that's an easy one. They're moving on. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, and then I started to look at consistency with all these guys in here, because that's what it's going to come down to with this round of 12. And
it's who finishes second to Kyle Busch gets the advance.
Yeah, right. I see Poole and Reed both not being very consistent, having bad luck. They're gone. We move on to the round of 8. I have a note here too that I forgot to mention before, that Eric Jones will be dominant all the way through the chase. This is going to be the tightest battle out of every series in this round of 8. But I have eliminated Bubba Wallace, Brandon Jones, Brendan Gaughan, and Justin Allgaier. They're just not as fast as the other four that I have not mentioned, which would be Jones, Suarez, Sadler, and Dillon. Jones is my champion. Just like with William Byron, I don't know how he could not win this. It's his championship to lose. Suarez is a close second, though. Suarez
right.
could surprise us all. And then Dillon and Sadler, that'll be fun to watch. At least, yeah.
Okay, Nathan.
All right, so first round, I think I'm gonna say the same. Like Sieg and Cook fall out, and so does Ryan Reed. I don't think they've been anywhere near as fast as anyone else in the chase. And then the fourth one to go out in the first round, probably between Poole and Jones. But I'm going to say Jones is out, Brendan Poole moves on, but very close. And then moving into the second round, I think Wallace will fall out because he hasn't been that consistent all year. He's not really been a contender for any wins or anything. Brendan Poole, he's been good, but not good enough for Final Four. I think he'll go out. Ty Dillon, I don't see him making much of an impact. I mean, I don't think he'll go on to the Final Four. And the last one out, I would say Allgaier, but there's a short track in there, Phoenix, and he's really good at the short tracks. So I say Allgaier moves on, Jones moves on, Sparrs moves on. No, sorry, Sadler moves on, Sparrs is out. And then Final Four, Elliott Sadler wins a Homestead and wins the championship.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Interesting.
He's been by far the best all year by points. He finished, I think, like 50 points ahead of everyone else. So I think it's his to lose. But Eric Jones could be right there with him, but Sadler will win it in the end.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent lately.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Tristan, what you got?
I think obviously Cook and Sieg are gonna be out. Reed's gonna be out, and this is gonna be a shock. Bubba Wallace Jr. hasn't had the speed. He's gonna be out after the first round.
Whoa.
Mm.
So that leaves all
I'd be
Chevys and
surprised.
Toyotas after this. Then after this, I see Brandon Jones, Brandon Gaughan, Brendan Poole, and Ty Dillon getting eliminated. The final round, I see Jones, Sadler, Suarez, and Allgaier. And I'm going to predict the impossible again. Justin Allgaier, 2016 champion.
Wow.
We've got 2 Junior Motorsports and 1 Joe Gibbs Racing.
If you look at the speed of Allgaier, he hasn't been up there winning, but even the announcers have said this. JRM has been catching up to JGR in speed, and you can consistently see the 1 and the 7 running either 2, 3, 3, 4 right behind the JGR cars of either Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, whoever's in that 18. And just let you guys know, this weekend can be an upset weekend. Kyle Busch isn't racing. Matt Tiffany is 18.
Definitely.
So this could be a lock-in race for someone. Like, just watch like Brian Sieg pull strategy off.
All of my grids are infested with Toyotas. I just noticed that.
All right. Anyway, okay. Let's give you my take on this one. So anyway, I have Ryan Sieg, Ryan Reed, Brandon Jones. I'm sorry, not Brandon Jones. Brendan Poole and Blake Cook in the championship 4. I'm not joking when I say that. Suck it. They're not gonna make it. They are out on the round of 12, big time.
I'll say this boy's tripping right here.
But without that, then it puts us into the round of 8. Kansas, Texas, and Phoenix. So Kansas, a similar track than Chicagoland. I think Eric Jones will make his way in the championship 4 easily. Texas, Eric Jones, again, will win that. Then Phoenix, that's going to be tough. But, Elliott Sadler has had some bad luck at Phoenix. I'm going to give that one to a Cup winner that time, a Signal Pirate. So I have, in my Final 4, I got Eric Jones definitely. He's going to win 2 races at Kansas and Texas. But then my other 3 drivers, I'm going to go with Elliott Sadler, Daniel Suarez, Justin Allgaier. So it's gonna be a battle between Junior Motorsports and Joe Gibbs Racing for the championship.
Oh,
this
Jonathan.
is gonna be
Go ahead. Sorry, Marty. I thought you were done.
anyway. I believe, in my opinion, Eric Jones did really good in the Truck Series race at Homestead Miami, and he's gonna do really good in the Xfinity Series race at Homestead Miami. This is Jones's championship to lose, like the King said. Eric Jones, holy crap, we have 11 viewers. I just realized.
I was just about to say that too. Does anyone know what Nathan? Do you know what Jonathan 600 is? He keeps like calling.
No,
Is this only for the big boys? Like, what?
I don't know.
This is
I don't know who this
This is
is.
a private chat.
Yeah,
too,
that's one of
though.
my friends. That's one of my friends, guys.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, yeah.
This is a private chat, so.
Yeah, this is a private chat. Anyway, Eric Jones, yeah, champion for the Xfinity Series. Okay, we have 5 minutes left in the show. So what I'm going to do for the predictions is you guys just shout out who you think's going to win. Don't give me any analysis on it.
Can I at least
So,
do my thing?
Yeah. I need to
Okay.
do your analysis on it.
I'm doing my diecast too. I'm doing a diecast. Right. Where is it? Okay. Okay.
All right, fine. Everyone do a diecast on it.
Got him. I got him.
Okay. First one. We've got ARCA Series race at Kentucky, Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on FS2. Who do you guys have winning? Tristan.
Chase Briscoe because he won last time out in Volley.
All right, Nathan.
Yeah, I'll just say Chase Briscoe as well.
All right, King.
What would you usually say? Like, I third the whatever they're saying. Like, I don't know. Yeah, Chase Briscoe.
All right. I fourth that. Chase Briscoe does it again. And by the way, spoiler alert, champion for 2016.
Probably.
All right, now we'll go on to the Camping World Truck Series race at New Hampshire. First race in the chase, Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time on FS1. Notable entries we should mention: the 1, David Levine; the 6, Norm Bain; 07 to be determined.
No,
11,
wait, that was solved. It's farther down.
16, Stuart Friesen; Kaz Gralla, the 24. Trying to see who else reads in the 49. That's probably not a surprise. Akinori Ogata in the 63. 71, 74 to be announced, and yeah. All right, who do you guys got? Nathan.
I'm gonna say Christopher Bell. It's a flat track. He's gonna win.
Okay. Tristan.
It's a truck race. I have no real idea. I say Matt Crafton.
Okay. King.
I already said it before that Byron is gonna win at least one race in every single round, and I believe this is the race he's going to win.
All right. I already told you guys mine. Matt Crafton. Wait here. All right. Next up, we've got the Xfinity Series race at Kentucky, Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on NBCSN. The notable red sheets for this one. They're not on an entry list. Sam Hornich Jr. in the 2. Mike Bliss in the 10. That's right. No DiBenedetto this time. Mark Thompson, the 13. Blake Jones makes his Xfinity Series debut in the 15. As I continue on, Matt Tift in the 18. Ryan Blade in the 22. Chris Cochran, 25. Justin Marks in the 42. Josh Berry will go in the 88 this time. And yeah, let's see who I'm going to start with. Why not? Let's start with King first.
Has the 22 team won a race this year yet? No, they still
No,
haven't?
actually.
All right, then Ryan Blaney delivers their first one of the season.
All right. Nathan.
Yeah, I think even though it's a different week, like Spring Cup guys aren't here, they're still gonna find a way to win. So Blaney wins the race. Hornish comes second.
All right, Tristan.
Like, I would want to say Blaney would win, but I don't think Blaney's gonna win. I'm gonna give this win to Eric Jones.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, now we have our featured race. You guys get your diecast ready. We've got the Cup Series race at New Hampshire, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, Sunday on NBCSN. Now you guys can give your analysis on this. Actually, no, we can't with just 1 minute left. I just realized.
No, Marty, you said we can go 2 minutes over.
Alrighty, you guys ready? Diecast pick. Matt Kenseth. He was going to lead New Hampshire. He was good in the first race. He'll do good in the second race.
Okay, Marty. Okay, I see how you're going. You see, you chose the first place driver. You know who I'm choosing? second place.
Are you choosing Tony Stewart? He's choosing Tony Stewart. Oh boy,
He finished.
that is gonna be an upset again if he wins.
He finished second earlier to Kenseth. I feel like this time, with the chase on the line, he will not be afraid to just bump him out of the way.
Alrighty, Nathan.
Well, I don't have a diecast. I packed my diecast because we're moving, but
Ah.
I have yellow here for Joey Logano. I think he's gonna win.
Alrighty,
That's
King, give us
good
all
enough.
your analysis as you can and show that diecast card for us, Mr. Lee Corso.
Hi there. Hi, face reveal.
Oh, he's going with Kyle Busch. Give us your thought analysis.
I mean, Kyle Busch has always been good at New Hampshire, and we're always talking about how dominant the Toyotas are. And Truex just won last weekend. They have their momentum. Kyle Busch didn't run that well at Chicagoland, but I don't think that's going to what's the word I'm looking for here? That's not going to affect his performance. He's going to do fine at New Hampshire. I think he's going to dominate the weekend.
Wow, okay. Anyway, yeah, let's see what people are saying here. We got Kenseth winning at New Hampshire in the Cup Series and the Xfinity Series.
Marty, this is what's going to happen.
I can't believe-
corner.
Anyway, Xfinity Series, Matt Tiff. Truck Series, people are saying Cole Custer. And then
Cole,
I don't know, nothing else.
No, guys, I know it's gonna happen in this race. I know it's gonna happen in this race too.
Allen comes out of nowhere in a Dodge. That's what happens.
Hey guys, I'm a ghost.
Truck race.
I'm a ghost, guys. See? Here's my
Guys,
face
truck
reveal.
race.
I'm a ghost.
3 is John Hart Nemechek. 31 is Custer.
Oh, yes. That better happen. All right, that's gonna do
Does
it.
anyone else need me to spin out diecast it for anyone else in the series in this race?
Anyway, yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode of Motorsports 360. Next episode will be next week on 8 p.m. Eastern Time. People would say you should be doing it Monday because of Forza Horizon 3. I'll have enough time to play Forza Horizon 3 before Motorsports 360, everyone. I'll have all my time spared because I'll have it on my hard drive because I'll be able to play it once I wake up. So yeah, next week, by the way, is episode number 10. So get ready. We're gonna have a celebration. So anyway, yeah, that's gonna be it, everyone. This is B-Sport02 and saying so long. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
The Benedetto will win this year.
In a Dodge.